of us can do this alone, so thank you for coming tonight. Since 2015, women have been coming forward to report domestic abuse because they believed when we said we will protect you and there's nothing to be ashamed of. And so there's been an increase of almost 20% of reports. But prosecutions have dropped by almost 50%, 47% to be exact. The statistics are worse for women facing multiple barriers to safety, including ethnicity, sexuality, religion, immigration status.
We see prosecutions that are resourced because they're easy wins. So women who have been coerced into offending, and it's they're banged to rights and they're going to go down. And what is the use of a criminal justice system that is not an intelligent criminal justice system?
It also isn't just in terms of somebody who comes through the criminal justice system, as you were so rightly saying, in terms of being a victim or a witness, in terms of it. It's also on the whole entire criminal justice system. What we're finding is that 70% of the women who get conditional cautions from the police, they've experienced domestic abuse. And there's a big overlap there.
We started in the 1970s as a refuge and a resource centre, and we had nothing at that time except ourselves as activists and survivors that had a passion to actually set up and address violence against women and girls. And this kind of links into what we should be continuing to do. I think that it's really important that we work with led by and for organisations that understand those oppressions, that can educate the police, that can educate the criminal justice system.
As one of my clients said, I survived the abuse, but I am a victim of the system here. Our system does not support all women. It's a big lie. Istanbul Convention supports women with a provision, Article 49. If you are a migrant woman with insecure immigration status, you have very little support.
So what do we set out to do at Advance, and what is our contribution to these challenges? 50 years ago, women came together to respond to the domestic violence and abuse affecting women in their own relationships and families. 25 years ago, a very special group of women, supported with some male allies, came together to respond to ending domestic abuse in a coordinated community response with partners throughout the system, many of whom are also here tonight. And it's so wonderful to meet you all in person. We do this because of our committed supporters, many of whom are also in this room tonight, from statutory commissioners to trusts, foundations, corporates, companies, individuals, enabling us to provide our vital services to so many.
1 in 4 girls born today will be a victim of domestic abuse in this country. Our strategy is really rooted in 6 of our founding principles. We're still led by and for women. We're led by and for women because women are still marginalized and unequal in the society, and so for them to receive inclusive services, we need to have a specialist response. Women and girls are asking that we do better to protect them, and so that they can trust the system and society once again. And it does require systemic and seismic change. It is not about a few rogue individuals. It's not good enough for all of us to keep saying that we don't have enough resources, that is too expensive, that is too difficult, that is too many, that is too big a problem. We spend way too long allowing for that to be the barriers to resolving this. So we must take effective action, and we need to deliver on our promise to every young woman and girl who is going to be born. A safe, just and equal world.
Survivors will tell you what they need. If you listen carefully to them, I have learned everything I know about working in domestic violence from survivors. If 10 survivors are saying the same thing to you, there's an issue and you need to address it.
What you need to be doing is changing the many systems which survivors have to negotiate. Keep listening and listening to what they say, because those survivors are the reality check in how those systems really are working.
I'm gonna see my sister fly, 'cause I'm gonna help my sister to rise. High functioning, and no longer abused. This is why we march, this is why we stand, and this is why we talk, so that we can switch up that narrative in the news. And yes, we are going to fly wherever we go, because now the truth to our stories are starting to be told.
Free. Fly away from me, my mind, body and memory, for you are a weight I refuse to obsess over no more, a pain I refuse to revisit. I will shake you off like rain on a wet dog, place down the rug in front of the fire. I am for healing before my addiction of replaying and attracting more thunderstorms. I'm not the metal pole no more, standing in the street, waiting to be hit. I'm the phoenix that rises from the ashes.
Advance has been fighting for women's rights for 25 years. We've not seen enough progress, so we're planning new campaigns to speed up change.